Hello and welcome back to Sovereign Syndicate. We are playing Otto right now, the little automaton, and we're looking for work in Sorry Square. I think last time we covered the upper half of Sorry Square fairly well. So let's now take a look at the lower side, see if there's anyone who could offer us any work. Let's take a look at the stuff as well though, because we haven't heard it from Otto's perspective. Why would anyone require such luxury? Okay, and the carriage. Let's take a look at that as well. A shame the horses are elsewhere. Yeah. Also, if I sound a bit different, I have a cold. I have a very sore throat, so if I sometimes turn off the microphone, it's because I'm coughing at that point. But I still have to record stuff, so I'm gonna pull through, and I'm gonna do that now. Let's take a look at the animal cages first. So that's what those creatures look like. As a whole. I misread that as whale, so I was very confused, but no, as a whole that makes more sense. Seeing just their heads on walls left plenty to my imagination. Right, yeah. Pet broker. I met this man with Mr. Teddy. He's impeccably groomed, as is his ostrich. Perhaps they would both appreciate a rousing conversation. It would be the most prudent course of action to engage the dwarf first, as he is more likely to respond in an intelligible manner. Name recall, Sir Willard Rathbone. Let's engage him first. Greetings, Sir Willard Rathbone. What's that? A machine? Yet so well-mannered? But how do you know my name? He does not remember meeting me. Perhaps his memory circuits are faulty. I know your name and the diminutive primate's name, which is Dulcimer, because I met you before with Mr. Teddy. Teddy? Ah, Teddy Redgrave. I do believe I recall our meeting. What can I do for you? I am currently seeking employment, or good sir, I am in urgent need of employment. It appears that you have many animals to care for and must be searching for help. Well, search no longer. Let's go with the second one. Oh, I am afraid not, little one. That would be like letting the monkeys run the zoo, and I can tell you from experience, it doesn't work. They tried it once in a zoo in Siam, and things went bananas. I see. Don't be sad. You are clearly a competent and strong automaton. And look how that aluminium casing gleams in the sunlight. You'll have a job by the day's end. Compliments such as these are how the blooded mask their intentions. This man will be our master by day's end if we listen too closely. What a charming man. He has excellent social graces. Compliments help people to get through their lives, despite what else happens to them. He is trying to help us get through life. Ooh, you should compliment him, so that his life is easier. Sir Rathbone, that is a most attractive ostrich you have. Sir Rathbone, your skin is most lacking in signs of disease. Sir Rathbone, your skin is most lacking in signs of disease. Thank you, Otto. You should have seen it after my trek through the Numidian desert. Thankfully, it was all worth it for the Rathbone, python. Oh my, they named a snake after you. No, it's just a coincidence. It squawked itself. I'm not gonna try to do that with a sore throat because I would probably not survive. Well, I'd best get to feeding my charges. Best of luck, Otto. Okay, let's keep moving. I'm afraid we're not gonna find any work. But, what can you do? Anyone else around here? We're not gonna become cops, so luckily we can't even talk to the cops. Let's talk to the motor car. Performance oriented, design irrelevant, current state damaged, efficiency soon coming to an end. You hate to see it. Right, there's Gavin Dawson and the other Dawson as well. Open barrel, let's take a look inside. High concentrations of urea detected. Ah, I see. More likely than one source given the volume. Wonderful. There's also the rat catcher. Let's talk to the people in the center first. Gavin Dawson, the butcher. This man is covered in blood. Assessment: butcher. I could be a butcher. Hello, sir. It looks like you cut up meat for a living. Do you need an apprentice? You want blood and bits of gristle in all your gears? No? Then there's no work for you here. Clear out. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Gulliver Dawson, that's his name. Right. Hello, Gulliver. The produce merchant maneuvers his digits pensively amidst a conglomeration of legumes. Alack, a most egregious degradation of fresh harvested quality. He likely requires assistance with proper decontamination, perchance. Okay. Error, we cannot just say perchance. Okay. Uncertainty as to his need for assistance would be dispelled if I simply asked. Let's ask him if he needs assistance. Hi there, do you need any assistance with your fruits and vegetables? I am a careful and diligent worker, or at least I want to be. Oh, look at you. I've never seen an automaton with a personality. But no, I don't need any help. Thanks anyways. Okay, it's not looking good. It's not looking good in our search for jobs. I see some earthworms crawling out of apples. Clearly, food safety standards aren't at the top of this shopkeeper's mind. That is unfortunate. Did we talk to Eli? I think we did. Penny Poet. Game. Okay, there we go. It unfroze. That's good to see. This fellow is slim in stature, but something tells me he compensates somehow. Assessment, standby. He is bound to be verbose, stringing together long sentences as to cement himself as a man of intellectual prowess. Good day, sir. I am Otto. What means this? Am I addressed by a being of neither flesh nor bone, but pure metal? I'm an automaton. I was assembled by Mr. Teddy Redgrave. It is true that I am assembled exclusively of non-living and mostly inorganic components. Let's go with the second one here. Indeed, I do not know if this should be cause for celebration or horror. How come you can speak like a man? I cannot deduce whether he is praising our resemblance to a living person or condemning it. I am an automaton. I was assembled by Mr. Teddy Redgrave. Ah, I see. You're a product of a mechanic and not some steel goblin crawled out of yon bottle and into the real world. The bottle he refers to is partially full of an unusual green liquor. Yes. Perhaps that accounts for his strange turns of phrase. I suspect that Teddy's reaction to being called a mechanic would be very amusing. I assure you that I am real. May I ask, what is your occupation? You may. I must be more careful with my phrasing. Or he is mocking us. What is your occupation? So Otto, I am Calvin Quill, itinerant artist, poet, laureate. I don't know that word. I'm sorry. And gentleman of the road. You are a composer of imaginative and eloquent verse. Fascinating. The term laureate refers to someone who has earned a lofty award. For what accomplishment were you rewarded? Let's ask the first one. Now I feel like we're speaking the same language, my shiny friend. Yes, all true, just as you said. Will you write me a poem, Mr. Quill? Sadly, Otto, I cannot. For in this nighted age, the humble poet, instead of being feted and pursued, must rely on filthy coin in order to fill his belly and keep the rain from his brow. The life of a poet has more than a passing resemblance to that of a vagrant. And with my keen eye for details, I see that your metallic frame boasts neither pocket nor purse. 1 second. One of the coughs I warned you about earlier. I do not carry any currency, but I am very interested in poetry. May I compose a poem? Yes, yes. That is an interesting proposition. Start with something simple, a short piece about yourself. I shall guide your effort. A curious gizmo roams the land. A friend to all he meets. Master of his own command. That is one small step, but an ever so important one. You are a novice, of course, but it's a promising start. Now, away with you, I must return to my musings. Okay, let's look around. There's a pipe. The automaton sees his lifeblood gently wafting from errant steel. Is that fear he feels? Wonder? Oh, someone should really fix this pipe. A green wagon? Now, to be fair, there's steam coming out of Otto as well, so I don't know how worrying it is. A sizable level of trust must surely be required for people to share and reside in such a small vehicle. Anything over here? Oh. Computation. If I recall correctly, the fashion district lies beyond this point. Sadly, my bodily proportions are incompatible with virtually all clothing articles. Mr. Teddy always told me that clothes should be worn solely to keep oneself warm and not to show off your wealth. Let's go with the first one. Maybe I can get the same effect just by painting bow ties, waistcoats and the like on my frame. Maybe. Okay, we've talked to you. Is there still the painter standing in the square in the middle? Also, there's a black cat to look at. Sorry. There's the cat. A stray cat sits on the pavement, peering off into the distance. As you approach, its eyes flit in your direction. Hello there, my name is Otto. Nice to make your acquaintance, little fellow. Slowly the cat ambles towards you and sniffs at your arm. I must not smell like other people, I know, but I'm certain you and I could be great friends. We could touch the cat or trigger the cat's hunting instincts by extending your appendages and flailing them about. So like letting it fight your hand. I think the cat is going to be more receptive to that. Perhaps if I extend my appendages and move them quickly in the feline's vicinity, it will believe my limbs to be prey animals. My assessment was correct. The cat responds to these stimuli by attempting to catch and prey upon my hand, albeit unsuccessfully. Its form could certainly be improved upon. Inform the cat of how you might improve its hunting abilities. Okay, 1 second. I need some tea first. Okay, that's better. By concentrating enough momentum in your back paws to ensure an adequate pouncing motion, followed by a more accurate curvature of your front paws, you will surely have greater odds of catching me, at least 14.78% more. Let's touch the cat. Though you only intended to analyze the cat's exterior surface through tactile examination, he arches his back up into your outstretched hand as though you were offering affection. Such a charming little fellow. I agree. But finally we can pet the cat again. That is nice. Okay, let's let the cat rest. There we go. Let's look at the fountain real quick. Some statues represent real historical figures, while others are a symbolic representation of some kind. This tableau depicts several workers standing about an unrealistically large hammer, which appears to be smashing machinery. I can only hope the message here does not include smashing autonomous machines. Okay, and there's the painter. Let's see if she has a job for us. Then we'll look into the separate buildings here. Hello, painter. A painter stands behind an easel with a facial expression that usually is identified as grim determination. Then, suddenly, she flicks the tip of her brush across the canvas and the muscles in her face relax. Her movement is so quick, so precise. I wonder if she has acquired an augmentation which made her shoulders spring-loaded. She turns her eye toward me. Greetings, Cyclops person. Well, hello. Aren't you a little tin cutie? I've never had a metal visitor before. I am Otto. I am an automaton. I am Tessica. Very pleased to meet you, Otto. What brings you to my studio today? I am exploring on my own. This is atypical for me. My friend Teddy has always accompanied me in the past. I see. Interesting. Tessica Lincoln is applying pigment of some kind to a surface before her. The reason for this is unclear, and the resulting pattern is confusing. Further analysis needed. Would you explain the activity you are engaged in? I'm painting a person's portrait, Otto. Watch. The way she applies pigment with a brush indicates admirable fine motor skills. Further analysis indicates she is creating an image representing another person. This is high-value data. May I assist you with your painting? Well, Ambro type module, would it be advantageous to have an image of your clients to work from? Oh, we can ask that, sure. Yes, that would be helpful for working on portrait details when the client is unavailable to sit. But it's not something I want to take on right now. I am exiting this area now. We will no longer be able to converse, but perhaps we may converse again in the future. Yes, I would like that, Otto. Until we converse again. I remember she's American, so I didn't want to British her up all the way, you know? So I can't do American accents, of course, but I tried to make it not too British. Let's see. Let's go into the buildings here. See if anyone has a job for us. I assume if anything the rat catcher would be the best option. Simply because we're used to monster hunting. So, bladed doghound. An augmented human stands near the corner on her spring steel avian legs. She glares at passers-by. Perhaps she's upset that no one is speaking to her. Hello there, I am Otto. What the hell? Yeah, talk then. Yes, I have a speech module which allows me to communicate with organic persons. I didn't catch that, but what do you want? Anyway, I'm not buying anything. Are you working? What is your name? The blades attached to your legs are impressive. Are you part automaton? Are you working? Yeah, I'm working. What's it to you? Never mind, I don't talk to autos. Move on. That's rude. Okay. The saloon. Driving on the city street, sun on the skin and wind in the hair. Wonder what that feels like. Dusty window. Ah, another automaton to interface with, but they sure are dusty. No, that's just me as a reflection. I could use a dusting though. Okay, let's take a look inside the apothecary. Though I doubt he wants us to work for him. Though we could carry bodies. I guess we'll see. Judging by the conveniently detailed labels on every side, this shop sells antidotes to and paregorics for the numberless illnesses and injuries suffered by humans. Many things, perhaps everything about these products is a mystery. Concepts such as pain, incurable injury, and mortality have so far been outside your programming. Though with the determination core installed, there is a chance that in time they may be understood. For now, you must content yourself to marvel at the wide array of medicines, filling every spare inch of space on the many shelves. Okay, there we are. Web of roots. The apothecary's chemist is at work in the back room, partially visible through the doorway. Bah, one too many grains. Ah well, if the Royal Society can't agree on a more reliable measurement, future generations of convalescents are doomed anyways. I'm not certain that a clumsy chemist would make a worthwhile employer. But this man clearly needs help with measurements, which I could surely provide. Besides, it shouldn't hurt him, since he's already... Quick, introduce yourself. Show him that you can think on your pneumatic actuators. Hey, aren't you that little tin... Nah, forget it. Memory check, circuit failure, debugging. Greetings, sir. You have a fine establishment here. You should clean the floors if you've been dropping... No, let's not go with that. Greetings, sir. You have a fine establishment here. I don't think you're a customer, so what are you doing here? Let's... Oh, we could do that. Point out your knowledge of royal standard measurements. An astute observation, Mr. Chemist. If I may, the Royal Society has recently standardized the grain, thus it is likely to persist for some time. He looks nonplussed. Flawless delivery. I don't expect a rattletrap to understand, but I have work to do. And I have skills to provide. Just so, Mr. Chemist, and I am looking for employment. How can I help you? That's quite a scowl, but it looks like he's thinking about it. Take a look at the list. The chemist slides you a detailed inventory, row upon row of medical equipment and ingredients. A few seconds later, he snatches it back. How many liters of laudanum do I have in stock? Simple, you have 40. 0. You're of no use to me, now leave. Oh no, we're losing him. Quick, a demonstration of your agility. We could perform a spontaneous dance number or snatch the list back out of his hand. Let's try to take the list. Ha! It is 40. The chemist looks taken aback, then thoughtful. I think I may have some use for you after all. Come along. Of course it worked. Look at that beautiful craftsmanship, he's thinking. Recalculating odds of impressing obstinate individuals with physical actions. Let's follow him. Yes, Mr. Chemist, lead the way. So we did find work. That's nice. Didn't talk to the rat catcher, sadly. But what can you do? Okay, so we're back in Sorry Square then, I guess. Okay, but still as Otto. Is it? Or is it not? I think so. Yeah, still as Otto. Okay, 1 second though. Okay.